having an amazing day. Today I'm going to do a day in the life declutter with me. Most of my day in the life videos are now on my vlog channel and I will link that down below. But today I just have quite a few items that I know I want to declutter. So if you are in the same boat and you need to declutter, let's make this a challenge. See how many items you can find today to declutter in your home. There are quite a few things that I have found I'm not using, haven't been using for the last year, but I've been keeping them just in case. And so I am going to go through and get rid of those items. Also, we just moved here 5 months ago and we had quite a few things in our old home that have not translated into this home. Different things that we had hanging that we just find we're not using here. So I'm going to declutter those items as well. And I would love it if you wanted to join me to declutter some of your items that you're not using as well. Both my boys are at school right now, so this makes this an easier process. But this is one item that I have been thinking about for a long time. We got this, I'm pretty sure, when we got married, and I don't even think we've ever used it, maybe once or twice. In our everyday lives, we use an electric kettle, and we use that many times a day. And I've been holding on to this traditional kettle that you put over the fire for so long because I keep thinking if there was an emergency and we didn't have power, this is what I would use. But it just dawned on me that I can actually declutter this because if there was a true emergency, I could just boil water in a pan. I don't need to keep this anymore. And the fact that I haven't used it in the last 8 years is a really good indicator that I'm probably never going to use this. Since we moved into this house, I have not had a chance to organize my art and office closet. This has become a catch-all for everything, and this is on my to-do list. These are thin shelves that we had hanging in our last home in my bedroom, and the interesting thing is this actually encouraged me to keep little knickknacks, and I just don't want to do that anymore. This time in my life, I don't feel like spending any extra time dusting little trinkets. So I'm gonna declutter these. I've held on to them for 5 months now, and I kept thinking maybe I could use them somewhere, but I just haven't come across a place that I want to use these. So I'm gonna donate these. They're super cute and they're in really good condition. Here is another item that I just saw out of the corner of my eye, and it's been in there for 5 months. The thing with this is it's a hanging planter, but it's very shallow, and this is what I'm trying to remember when I shop for things, is the practicality of it. I love the way it looks, it's super cute, but the thing is that it's so shallow, it can't really house a plant. It's just not practical, so I am going to donate this. I could probably put a fake plant in here, but I have enough real plants that I don't really need any fake plants, so I'm going to donate this. Now we're in my bedroom, and I have 2 items that I have been contemplating for quite a while now. I live in California, and the season has just changed quite drastically. It went from 90 degrees one day to about 50 degrees the next day. So my wardrobe is now in a state of transition, even though I haven't had time to really pick out what I want to have in there and what I need to store away. So the weather here kind of varies a lot, so there's a lot in there right now that can be switched out. There are 2 items that I've had forever. I've had this sweater for so long. You could tell it's kind of an older design. I think I've had this since 2008 or 2007, and it's getting to the point where it's extremely worn out and it's just not my style anymore, so I'm gonna get rid of this. This is a jacket that I've been holding on to because I really wanted it to work, but every time I put it on, it just doesn't fit right. It's too small. So I am uncomfortable the whole entire time I'm wearing it, and I've decided even though I really like it, I'm just gonna let it go because it doesn't make sense to be uncomfortable. So I'm getting rid of a lot of things I've been holding on to for too long. We are using this this as a pantry currently, an overflow for things that are not fitting into the tiny cupboards that we have in this kitchen. So eventually we're gonna redo the whole kitchen, but right now this armoire is like a second pantry for us. Here is another thing that we were using in our previous home, we're not using now. I used to put our knives in here, but now our boys are old enough, we can just put the knives in the drawer. In about 10 minutes time, I've found 7 items. This is pretty interesting. Do you ever find an item that you have never used and you don't even know where it came from? That's this. I just found this and I'm wondering what set of pans it even goes with, and I know I've never used this, so I'm gonna declutter this, but I'm really just wondering where it even came from. Here is a tablecloth that we're not using anymore. This was used when we had a smaller table, as well as when my husband had a coffee table with sharp edges. We were using this to cover the edges, but we've since decluttered that coffee table, given it to someone who can really use it, and I'm gonna see if my mom can use this because her table is a lot smaller. And you see this New Zealand on the wall behind me. I always get questions about that. My husband is from New Zealand. We're now in our guest room, and this closet I've just been using for art that we haven't hung up yet and things that we haven't decided on where they might go. So we have a bin here, and I've been holding on to this for a really long time because I keep trying to find places or things that I could put in here or use in the boys' room. So I'm still on the fence with this because we did use this in our old place. And I feel like bins a lot of the time can come in handy when organizing kids' toys. So anyways, I'm gonna have a think about this, but there's also some pillows we're not using. I have these little pillows that are actually really comfortable and I really like them. I bought them from IKEA. I actually covered these ones with this to match in the boys' room. But I'm finding with them being so small and having kids, they just end up getting thrown around or knocked down to the ground. I think I might let these go finally. I'm gonna ask my mom because she loves these type of pillows. I'm gonna see if she can use them. I've been keeping them because it is kind of hard sometimes. You don't want to get rid of something and then go have to repurchase it or wish you had it. But I think these have been in that closet long enough where we haven't used them or needed them, and I think I can let them go at this point. Look, I just found a purpose for the bin. It can hold the pillows. Normally when I'm decluttering, I don't run it by anybody. I just declutter the items. I give it to a place where they could use the money, normally a charity or the Goodwill or a local donation center that raises money for the elderly, and I just get rid of it. But there are a few times where I will ask my friends or family if they can use something. There have been certain times where people have said, sure, I would love that, and maybe they had borrowed the item in the past, so I thought they would be interested in it. But normally I just declutter everything. I know I've mentioned a few times I might ask my mom, and that's just because sometimes out of the clear blue sky she'll say, hey, I have been looking for that or something similar. So that's why I keep saying I'm gonna run it by her if she wants it. If not, I'm just going to donate it. I try not to worry too much about where the item is going to. I just donate it to a good cause and hopefully they can resell it and make some money for the cause that they're trying to raise money for. Sometimes if you get too hung up on where the item is going to, you will never get rid of it. And if you've decided you're not currently using it and you don't think you're ever going to, there's just no point to have it take up space in your home. Here I have about 15 items and it only took me around 10 minutes to run through my house and grab out the items that I know I wasn't using. So I would just like to encourage you to go through your home, find the items that you're not using and clear that space, make some room. And because it is the end of the year, usually we get gifts for Christmas or the holidays. So there'll be new items coming in and it's nice just to clear out that space and clear out the items that you know you have not been using. If you're new here and you like decluttering videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. And I'll also link my vlog channel in case you're interested in following our family. Thank you so much for joining me today and I'll see you next time. Bye.